Right, hi. This is a short video on how to wax a Barbour jacket. But this particular Barbour jacket I picked up second hand, but it's actually almost brand new. It was going to be okay, but when it arrived, it absolutely stank. I think it had been left in some mouldy old boot room. I left it outside for a couple of days, and I couldn't get it to get rid of the smell. What I did is I've done the thing that barbers say don't do, and that is I put it in the washing machine because it was the only way that I was going to be able to get rid of the smell on this. So as it's gone in the washing machine, and I put it in an old washing machine of ours, not our nice washing machine, because it's obviously got wax in it, and I didn't want wax going into the decent washing machine and on the outlet. So it went into we've got an old washing machine that's out in the garage, so I used that to wash this, washed it inside out so it didn't damage the outer, and to be honest I think most of the smell was trapped on the inside. And then what I'm now doing is I'm in my utility room, so it's a tiny little room with a countertop, and what I've done is I've taken the wax that the Barbour wax, but they also do there's also storm wax, so I'll use either or really. And I've taken the wax out of the tin and I put it into this old cast iron saucepan. I've melted it, you can see there. I did that on the gas hob, but I've just got this little electric heater just to keep it nice and clear and liquid, and you can see when it starts to cool down because it actually starts to go cloudy. So I kind of want it to be kept clear, so I'm going to move that over here. So that's where I'll be using it. I'm using a sponge. Now the sponge that I'm using is actually a Maguire's car sponge, but because it's a really tight foam, so it's not big loose foam, it's a really tight knit foam, and it works really well, these. So it's worthwhile trying to find a really tight foam to apply this with. And literally I'm just dipping the end into the wax, just like a little, like that much of the sponge, and I'm wiping it in. The other thing in here, I'm absolutely roasting in here, is I've got a little 2 kilowatt heater going into this room, and the tumble dryer was going. So in this room it is currently what's that, 35, 36 degrees, or if you're working in Fahrenheit, that is 95 degrees Fahrenheit in here at the moment. So it's hot, and it's about -2 degrees outside. So I needed it warm in here so that the wax is nice and pliable, and it goes onto this nicely. And I'll just pop that up there so that can be filming. Right, here we go. And then what I'm going to do, so this is the side that hasn't been done, and I'm just going to show you the side that I've started working on already. So you can see there, it's got that shininess to it. Now I will get rid of this shininess that the wax has been put into this by heating it up with a hairdryer later on. But just this first stage is to get the wax on, get it in all the little seams, all the insides of the pockets, in all these little corners, everywhere. So I've done this side, I've done inside the pockets. I now need to start to get around the collar and then start to flip it over. So I'm going to do that. I'll put it on a bit of a time-lapse video, so I'll fast forward it because it's going to be a little bit boring from here on in. But yeah, so I'll video the rest of that, dipping it in, keeping the wax hot, using that stove. I could use the gas stove in the kitchen, but just in here, it's hot in here. I've turned the heater down a bit. Right, here we go. Right, I'm absolutely sweltering. It's still 96 degrees in here. There we go, somewhere there. Or 36 degrees. 36 degrees centigrade, 96 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that. Right, okay, all done. Inside the pockets are all done. I just want to hang it up and just have a look and see if there are any bits that I have missed. So just let me pop that there. Right, let's just have a quick look. That looks okay. Maybe a little bit of a... You'll notice when I was doing it, I was doing the seams first, so that I used the most liquidy bit of wax to get into all the seams, because they're going to be the most vulnerable. I think I probably maybe over waxed the arms a little bit, but that's all going to soak in when we get the hairdryer out in a moment. But that looks, there's a little bit there just on the inside of that seam, just down there. Right, that looks good. Inside of this is done as well, so all inside here, up that zip, obviously not on the inside because that's where that piece is. I don't know if this bit needs to be, that's not actually a wax cotton, that looks like a slightly plastic material, so I think that is waterproof, but I don't think that's not waxed cotton, so I'm not going to touch that. Across the shoulders looks good. It's obviously gone a bit darker. Let's just have a look on the underside of the seam. Right, I need to do on the underside of that seam. So I'm just going to take this down whilst I do this. Right, bear with me. Do this bit along here. Not a lot of wax. Probably along the whole length, actually. Yeah. Right up to the zip buckle. Back that way. I suppose it's just the sort of, it's trenchal, it's the drip edge, I suppose. Materials just folded over and under. Okay, I think that's done. I'm just going to go over the back very quickly, just with a bit of a, this looks a bit patchy. It'll probably all soak in once you get the hairdryer on, but let's just do this now. That's better. Right, I shall go and get my wife's hairdryer. Could use a heat gun from the garage, but I'll probably set fire to something if I use that. Right, back in a minute. Right, hairdryer. I'm going to lay it down to hairdry it rather than hang it up, because I want to put the heat on and I want the wax to soak into the threads. So if I held it vertically up, then it'll probably go in, but I want gravity to kind of help out. So I'm just going to concentrate on the seams first and then go from there. So hot setting. That's hot. I'm going to put it on time lapse now, so I'm not to bore you with the next bit. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you a bit of, I don't know if you can see that, where it's wet wax in that seam, and then when you hair dry it, how that sinks in. Not evaporated, because the wax isn't going to evaporate. It's going to sink into the material. Cool. Now, just out of interest, I've done hair dried jacket, nearly all of it, but I've not done one side at the front, just to see if you can see the difference between it. Yeah, don't know if you can pick that up, but that side's definitely shinier. That's the side I haven't hair dried yet, and this side is definitely more matte. It doesn't look quite so, yeah, newly waxed. So I suppose if you want a shiny look, don't hair dry it, and if you want a more conventional look, hair dry it. Actually, it seems to drop out the creases as well on the hair dried version. So yeah, kind of interesting. Right, I'm not going to time lapse the next bit. You get the gist. Right, all done. All nicely re-waxed. Looks good. Nice thing about a warm wax jacket is it's easy to put on because it bends. If you put one of these on when it's cold, they are stiff as anything. And the best thing about this, it doesn't stink anymore. Smells good. It's hot in here. One, So, cool, looks good. Rewaxed. It's not shiny. Cool. Right, hope that was helpful. Sorry, excuse the state of our utility room.